few more people coming in. All right, I think we're all set. Let's get this started. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this Canva class for virtual assistants. And thank you so much for coming in with me today. And thank you for your patience. This webinar was originally scheduled last week, and then we had to move this due to some emergencies. And thank you so much for your patience. All right. So with this class, this is going to be all about Canva and how you can use Canva to add it as a profitable service with your virtual assistant business. All right, let me just quickly introduce myself. For those of you who know me, hi. And for those who are new here, my name is Sandy. I'm a digital product and content designer. I'm also a Canva verified expert and creator. So I design templates for Canva. Right, so for this workshop, we'll cover the following topics. So we'll discuss the in-demand Canva projects and what are these projects that you would like to put your focus on so that you'll hone your skills and start offering those kind of projects. And then we'll also tackle about how to create the project, the whole process, like what to ask and how to get started. Then we'll also discuss about delivering your project, time-saving tricks and features, additional services you can offer, and post-workshop challenge. Right. Right. So first, let's discuss how I get started with this business. So way back 2016, I started as a virtual assistant. So I'm just actually a VA and a researcher for a realtor based in UK. However, he asked me to find someone who can design a poster and a postcard for his business. And I volunteered myself, even though I didn't had an idea of how to do it. It's just that I love designing so much. So instead of finding someone, I volunteered myself and I ended up finding Canva because I cannot use Photoshop that time because I don't have an idea of how to use it. And of course, I cannot use Microsoft Word to create those kind of projects. So I look up online. I just type in postcard maker or online postcard maker and Canva came up. I tried it out. I fell in love with how easy it is to navigate through the platform and how I was able to quickly create the project in no time. And then my client loved it so much. And even his friends started asking who did your postcard, who did the poster. And so he started referring me, and then I started getting on more Canva projects. So then I decided to shift the business and transition from being a VA to just offering Canva design services. And then 7 years later, I'm here teaching other people as well on how they can use Canva to leverage their online business. And with that 7 years of experience, I find already what are the projects that are really in demand if you're a VA, what are the most common projects that you can come across with, and what are the clients really asking for. Okay. So these are my top Canva projects. So first, of course, the social media graphics, promotional posts, Pinterest pins. And by the way, guys, if you have questions, just feel free to drop it in the chat box and I'll get back to you. And then also the banners and the website banners, PDFs, lead magnets, workbooks or worksheets, speaker sheets for speakers and authors, media kits, ebooks, product and manual guides, project proposal, reel covers and thumbnails, summit graphics, printables or planner, and presentation and pitch decks. Right, so here's an example of some of my recent projects that you guys can also make once you master Canva. So this is a lead magnet done for a client. Hello. Is
What?
that
Ash right now? Yeah.
okay? And then we
Can you
also,
hear me?
I'm sorry, who was that?
I'm so sorry, Sandy. I thought I was on mute. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I thought you have a question. That's all right.
No, this is Tanya. I'm so sorry. I'm quiet.
All right, so we also have a welcome packet. So if you are offering services like photography or other service-based business, you can certainly use a welcome packet for your client or for your own business. And then this is another lead magnet for a wellness coach, and of course, social media graphics. And I'm gonna show you some more, but this is just gonna be real quick, just so you guys will have a clear picture of what really you can do in Canva and what you could be, what kind of projects that you can get paid for. So here's a pitch deck for a luxury rental company that I created. So since they're a luxury rental company, I had to make sure that the branding or the total feel of this pitch deck is also kind of luxurious. So you can certainly do these stuff in Canva. And if you are servicing or working with a coach, and if they have like summit or conferences, then you can create this kind of graphics in Canva, promotional event graphics. So you have your event banner, when it's going to be, speakers, the sponsors, the feature of the event, and of course the tickets. And I'm also working with realtors right now. So I always get a lot of flyer project like for just sold or just listed properties. And you can support that in Canva. You can also create business proposals. So this is like a payment platform based in South Africa. So you can certainly work as well with corporate, not just with, not just, you can also expand your services with people from the corporate. And this one is an insurance agent. So Canva works well with any niche that you'll choose. As long as they have business, you can certainly offer Canva to elevate their business. So reel covers are really huge right now for both Instagram and Facebook. And of course, we got Canva to support you with that. Okay, and this one is for a fellow VA. So she also wanted to do graphics for herself. So I created some templates for her. It's just templates announcing to help her announce some stuff's coming in and new services. And this one is like a general template for other coaches and course creators and podcasters. So you can certainly do this in Canva. So about the webinar, if you have a webinar coming up, announcement, and if you have courses or launches, then you can do this on Canva. And this is also one of the most in demand, especially during the last quarter of the year. A lot of people are doing sales on Etsy. So you might also want it to check out and try out creating Etsy product thumbnails like this. It's more of a mock-up to see how the product really works in the real world. And yeah, product mockups for your website. So this was the old one, and then I revamped it into this one. And yeah, course covers. If you are supporting course creators, if you are working closely with coaches like me, I always do a lot of course covers for them. That one, see how they are cohesive, though she got different picture and different topics, they're all cohesive. It's just that with different brand colors. And of course, Pinterest pins. They're also one of the most in-demand Canva projects because it's just it's Pinterest is really amazing because it's more of a visual content rather than just the usual search engine like Google. So you have to make sure that your content or your cover or Pinterest pin is actually stunning and scroll stopper for your content to be get noticed. And of course, the actual digital product. So this is for a fitness coach. We designed a fitness planner for her program, as well as some recipe. And again, another product mockups. Right. So you can also use this to help your client promote their lead magnets like this one. And presentation, videos, you can also do that in Canva, and speaker sheets to support speaker and authors. All right, so that's pretty much the kind of projects that I'm getting as a creative virtual assistant. So I consider myself as a creative VA. And then, because when I transitioned, aside from doing admin stuff, I then also transitioned into offering this kind of service. So yeah, once you master Canva, you can consider yourself as a creative VA. All right. So how do you get started? Because with Canva, with doing projects with a client, you cannot just, jump into Canva and do the project right away. There are other things that needs to be considered, and I listed them out for you. All right. So the very first thing that you need to consider is to ask for the details from the client that you'll be using for you to be able to get the project started effectively. Okay, so here are the most common details that I usually ask my clients. So I ask, what is the project for? I usually ask this because I wanted to make sure that I'm using the right sizing or I'm gonna download it on the right file format. So if she say it's just social media graphics, so I know that I'll be using the Instagram post template or sizing and then download it as a PNG file. So you also have to ask for sizing requirements. There are clients, most of them actually knows what they need already. Like if it's a website banner, they will tell you exactly what is the banner dimension and sizing, and then you'll just have to follow it and use that sizing when doing your project. Then of course, the branding guide of your client. So that's their logo, fonts, and colors, because we'll have to do the project according to their branding and according to their message. And then the final copy or their content, because but if you are a copywriter, then you can incorporate that. You can offer writing the service for them, and then you can do the design. But for us, just a regular VA and just doing the design stuff, we make sure that we already have the final copy, and then we'll just make it pretty. And then also ask, sorry, excuse me. And then also ask for some samples for inspiration. This will help you understand more what the client really wants or how she really wants it to look like. Okay, and then also ask for their website and social media links, because I usually ask this for me to be able to understand how their brand voice sounds like and who are their target audience. And then I can incorporate that once I'm doing the project. All right. And of course, once you gather those information, you have to set up your client's expectation. This is now what you will deliver to them. So you need to tell them how much the pricing of the project is going to be, or the cost, the timeline or the turnaround time, the number of revisions included, and the files receivable. So in my case, I don't have a same day turnaround time. The earliest or the shortest time frame that I have is 4 business days. And then that depends on how huge the project is. And then I make sure that it's stated on my website, or I state that on set of the client's inquiry. All right, and then file receivable. So I also make note or tell the client of what they're going to receive once the project is completed. If they're going to receive the PDF file or a PNG files only, or access to the actual Canva file or the Canva document. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, I need to plug in the charger. I'm sorry, I forgot to plug it in. Hang on a second. Okay, there, we're all set now. Okay, so once you're done with that, then all you have to do now is to understand your client's branding and message. All right, so let me just take my branding guide. Let me just open it up. 1 second. Okay, so this is my brand guide. Let's just pretend that I'm the client and I already gave you my branding guide. So now there are different ways on how you can apply the client's branding into Canva. So the first one is saving it on Canva's brand kit. So I'm gonna open Canva. And then right here where it says brand, we click on that. And then here's the brand kit. And as you can see, I already have multiple brand kits here for myself and for my other clients. So all you have to do is go here and click add new. And then name your brand kit. I'll just say Sandy 2, then create that. And then it will ask you to put in the logos, your color palette, and the fonts and photos. So for logos, I already have mine actually saved right here, but I'll just show you the process. I'll just pull up some logo here and start uploading it. So I have different versions of my logos. Most of the time, your client will also have different versions. Just, it's just the same logo, but in different colors and different format. And then once you're done with your logos, you start now saving your colors. So what's really important with saving your client's branding is the logo, the colors, and the fonts. So go back to the brand guide and look for the hex code. These are your hex codes. These are the codes representing each of the client's color. So right here, I'm gonna copy it and go here and then do the whole process. And so on until you have all of the colors uploaded right here. And then for the fonts, you look up the guide, you ask your client if they have a font file, especially if they're using fonts that are not coming from Canva, then you'll have to ask for the font files. They will have that font because it's usually given out by their branding strategist or the brand designer along with their brand guide. So just ask for the font file and then you save it here on Canva. So you can just click on add new or set it up right here. So in my case, I just wanted to add it right here. So I'll upload a font, choose files, and then go to that font file and upload it right here. Hang on, let me find my fonts. Okay, so once you click on that font file, just click yes, upload away, and wait for it to successfully save that font. right? And we have this font right here now. That's my script font. And the reason why we're doing this is to make sure that we're able to apply the client's visual branding. And of course, to save time, especially if you're working with a client regularly, so you don't have to save their branding all of the time, every time you create graphics for them, because then this will become readily available for you to use anytime. All right, so that's one way of saving your client's branding. So I'm gonna go back here. I'll just delete this. All right. So the other way to save your client's branding, this works well if it's just a one-time or quick project, is by saving it on a blank page. So let's just say you're going to create a social media graphics for this client. So I'm gonna pull up an Instagram post, this format. I can just click it right here, or I can also type it here, Instagram. And it will come up right here, but I always choose the quickest way, which is clicking this one. And it will open me a new Canva workspace. So this is now your workspace or your editor, and this is where the magic happens, because this is where you apply your creativity. Okay, so let's just say I'm gonna work one time with this client, so I don't want to save it on the brand kit. And I'll just put it here on this blank page. So before doing the project, I'll make sure I save the branding. So I'm gonna pull up a rectangle or a circle with whatever your preference is. In my case, I like doing rectangles or squares. So I'll press, you can use elements and then here under shapes, or just press letter R on your keyboard to pull up the rectangle. And then I'll do it here. So I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors. So I'll do 6 of this. 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then I'll start now with saving the colors. So this one. So you click on your rectangle and then you go to your color tool and set it up here, add new color and put in the hex code. And there's your first color. And then do the same on the other colors. Add new, put in the hex code. Go back to the brand guide, copy the hex code, color tool, add new, paste the hex code, and so on. So this one is just white, so I'll just leave it blank, since I can easily find the color white on Canva's color tool. Here, the gray one. All right, so I have now my colors up. What will happen here is that when I add a new page for the first graphic or for the first template that I'll be working with, when I pull up another shape, let's just say a circle, when I click on the color tool, let's say I wanted to change this on a different brand color. So when I go to color tool, all the colors that I put here will be available here, the one that says document colors. So all of the colors that you'll be using within this document or within this file will be available here on the document colors. All right, so that's one way. And then you also put in your fonts. So I'll go to text and add a heading. So this one, I already had this font saved, which is Vintage Stylist. So if you have it already, you just click the font tool and then choose that font or type in the name. So you don't have to scroll your way all the way down. So I have it here, or you can also change it to, let's say, Montserrat. So here, and then I'll type in Montserrat. Here we go. If you have three fonts in your brand, then you'll also want it to save all of this font. So vintage stylist. And then I had another one, which was just called Blackstone. So I'll change this to Blackstone. Okay, here. Oops, sorry. All right. I'll just make them bigger. There. Okay, so again, it applies the same way with the colors. So if I add a text box here, instead I can just press letter T on my keyboard and pull up a new text box. So right now, the font being used here is the font called Now. But then when I do the drop down, I can see here the document fonts. So these are all the document font or the fonts used within this document. Okay. So later on, it's now easier for you to get a copy of or set the other text box with it within this font styles. Right. So what if the client can provide a branding guide? So usually what I do is I ask if they have a website already up, and then I'll just use the colors and the branding from their website. And if they don't have that, if they don't have a website, then I ask for a color theme that they wanted to use. Like I'll ask them to grab some sample from Pinterest, and then I'll extract the codes from that photo and then put it into Canva. So here's how I do this. For example, um, the client doesn't have a branding, but they have a website. So I go to the client's website. Let's just say sandysolutions.com. Okay, and now we're here with the client's website. So as you can see, her website has a specific color combination and fonts, right? So all you have to do now is to first install an extension called Fonts Ninja. This is the one, guys. Let me just make this bigger. This one. Okay, it's not making. I'm trying to. Okay. Oops. Okay. So it's right. But this one, can you guys see it? Let me just Fonts Ninja. Okay, this is how their logo look like. And then just install the extension to your Chrome and it will show up right here on top. So go back to your client's website, click on that extension, and it will show you all the fonts used within this website. So this client used only two fonts, which is the Poppins and an Adobe handwriting font called Ernie. So aside from knowing what the font's name is, you'll also find information about this font and where you can buy them. So like for this one, Poppins, you can download it since it's just a Google font. You can install it to your computer, just click the install. But Canva also have this font, so you can just look up. Let's say if you're not sure if it's really on Canva or not, then just choose any text box, go to your text tool and type in the name if it's available. And then if it shows up, then that means it's also a Canva native font, so you don't have to download the font file. Right, but let's just say like for this one, this is an Adobe font, so there's actually no way for us to download this without to copy it without downloading and installing it. So you get the font from Adobe and then you upload it to Canva. The font files are actually .otf or .ttf for font files, and then you just upload it to Canva, or you can find a similar font in Canva. So this is a handwriting font. So all you have to do is go to Canva and then type here handwritten, or here handwritten fonts. And all of the handwritten fonts categories, all the fonts under handwritten categories will show up right here. And I think it looks similar with applesauce. You know, you can scroll your way down and find something similar. Or if you're already familiar with Canva fonts, then you can just here, homemade apple, like that. Okay. And then aside from Fonts Ninja, for the colors, what I use is you can either grab a screenshot of the website and upload this to Canva like this. So I'll take a screenshot and then go to Canva and paste it here like this. And then go to, okay, copy these boxes right here.
Sandy, I'm sorry, I didn't see where you took the how you took the screenshot.
Oh, taking the screenshot varies depending on what laptop you're using. So for Windows, you can actually Google it up, how to screenshot in Windows. And here's the instruction: press the Windows key plus print screen. For Mac, you could also Google it. And then here's the instruction. For Mac, I usually do just Alt, Shift, and 4. And then once you've already taken the screenshot, then you can just easily paste it to your Canva document. And then we'll now start putting in our colors. So let's just pretend that these are all black. So these are all black. Okay, so how I'll do this is I'll click one box, change the color right here. And then just scroll a bit down, you'll see there photo colors. And these are all the photos coming from this screenshot. This one, the photo colors. And then we can start applying it here. Like that. And this. And there you go. Right, so as you can see, it's pretty much similar to the original brand guide. Okay, and another way to extract the color, if you don't have, if they don't have a brand guide, is by installing this extension called ColorZilla. So this is how it looks like, ColorZilla. This is the one, the eyedropper, ColorZilla. So this is how it will work. So go back to your client's website and then click the eyedropper here. And then pick color from page. And then just hover your mouse over to the field where you wanted to copy the color. So let's say, for example, for this header, I wanted to use this color. So I'll just click my mouse on there. And then it says color copied to the clipboard. And then I'll go back here and paste the hex code. Because the moment you click on a certain color, it will automatically copy the hex code. And there you go. And then do it again for another color. The color from a page. Okay, I want this pinkish one. Before clicking the colors, you can see here the hex code as well, right here on top. And how the color looks like right here. And then here's the hex code. Okay, so I'll do this one. Say color copy to clipboard, and then go back to Canva and paste again the hex code. All right. So that's how I extract colors. And then you can also do the same. Let's just say your client will give you a sample from Pinterest. Just say she give you a link of new color palette. Usually Pinterest has the hex codes already, but just in case they don't give out the hex code like this one, let's just say the client give you a link, hey, I like this color, and she just give you this link right here, and it doesn't have a hex code, then it's totally fine. Open image in a new tab, and then apply the color Zilla, and here you go. Easy, right? All right. Okay, so then again, after saving your clients' visual branding, like the colors, the fonts, and the logos, all you have to do now is to check your client's website and social media to get an overall feel of their branding. So when I go back to the client's website, I'll notice that it's minimalist and very feminine. And then when I go to the client's social, let's just say Instagram, then you'll go to the feeds and you'll notice the same kind of style. So minimalist and using neutral or nude colors. So now you'll have an idea that they really wanted to stick to their brand voice, which is very feminine and minimalist. And then you'll now have to apply that on your project. Okay, so the next step would be designing now your graphics or your projects. So there are two ways to create projects in Canva. One is using pre-made templates and designing from scratch. So we will do both ways. I'll start creating a graphic for Sandy's solution using a pre-made template. So let's just delete this and this one too. So let's just assume that we already saved the client's branding on Canvas brand kit. So it should be available under brand. So we have here now, colors. All right, so your client wanted an Instagram post to promote a webinar. Okay, so let's do that. So first, we'll use a pre-made template. So we go to designs, and then we look up for webinar. And then all of the templates that falls under the webinar categories or has a keyword webinar will show up right here into your template tools. So then just find a template that you think resonates with your client's branding. So again, the client's branding is feminine and minimalist. So find a similar template. Okay, so I think this one will work, but I wanted something more. This one is just too simple. Yes, minimalist, but too simple. So let's find another one. Okay, this one. Okay, this one is cuter. Okay, so we now have a template. So now what we'll do is we'll customize it according to your client's branding. Okay, so as you can see here, the font is called Hatton, which is not a font from your client's branding. So all we have to do now first is to change the colors, make sure that you are using your client's branding. So I'll go here first. This one, I'll change this to, as you can see, here's my branding here now. So I can easily use them. And as you notice, this template has a similar color with my branding already, but still I wanted to make sure that I'm using my hex code, so I'll go for it. And then you have the option to change the color one by one or make your life easier and click change all here. So all from the darker beige will now turn into my beige color here. So click change all to change everything. Okay, there you have it. And this one, I'll also change this to my brand color. Say, I'll match the others. And this one right here, I'll change it to my darker color. There you have it. So, and this one to my gray, which is this one, and then click change all. All right, so we're now done with the colors. Now what we'll do is to change the fonts. So here she uses Play for Display, but I use this vintage font. You can see here Sandy Solutions right here. You can see the fonts that I'm using: Vintage, Stylist, Montserrat, and Now. So I'll change this to Montserrat. And as you can see, it's kind of big. It doesn't fit in this star right here. So I'll just adjust the font size by clicking on the text box and then click on decrease font size like that. And if you think that it's not that readable, then you can change the color there or turn it into bold like that. There you go. Or you could also simply just adjust this, the star, and make it a bit bigger. Right, so let's now change to Montserrat. And this one, it's called Hatton. It's not my brand font, so I'll change it to Vintage Stylist. And then I also have again the option to make my life easier and click change all. And this will change the font, the font from the name, because I think that's also in Hatton font. And there you go. Right, and for this one, it's called New and Stilong. So I'm gonna change it to Montserrat. And then change all again so you don't miss any text box from that font, and change them all to Montserrat. And there you have it. So now to check if there are other fonts on your document, all you have to do is click any text box, go to your drop down and check the document font. So now all the fonts that we're using for this document is just Montserrat and Vintage Stylist. So we're good to go. Right, then once you're done customizing the colors, now edit the copy. So how to create your brand online. Okay, I think I'm good with that title. I'll just use that, and then start editing your date. So I'll just say October 16, 2023, 10 a.m. to 12 noon EST. Then also edit this and turn it to your website, www.sandysolutions.com. Again, if it's way too big, you can either adjust the text box or the box itself at the back. So I'm good with that box, so I'll just adjust my font size. Oh. Then my name, of course. All right, like that. And we also wanted to change the photo. So go to uploads and upload your client photo. In my case, I'll find, I think I already have it saved. Okay, here. Right, so find something that you think will look good with this template. So I think I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, and since it has a background, all you have to do is click edit photo and remove the background. Okay, here we go. And then just drag in the image and adjust it. And there you have it. Easy, right? So now we're done with creating a graphic using a pre-made template. Now let's go ahead and create a graphic from scratch. All right, so I'll just delete this one and start from scratch. Okay. So when creating a webinar post, you can either use your client's photo or you could use the webinar's banner photo. So I'll use the webinar banner photo instead of the client's photo, okay? So first, I will choose a background. So I'll go here to my branding colors, and I will start playing around either the lightest color or the darkest color on your branding. So I'll go with the lightest one. Because if you have the lightest one, then you can easily use the darkest color for your text. Now, if you have the darkest color, then use the lightest color for your text, okay? So that the colors are contrasting and easy to read. Okay, so I'll just use the lightest one. Right. And then I'll start now with the banner of my event. So let's just say it's this event. So I already had it on my upload files. Okay, actually it's not. So I'll just, 1 second, let me just get on the file. Okay, so this is my events banner, like that. So you can use this and then add your own text, but I don't want to use this as is like this. I wanted to put it on a laptop, or actually, yeah, this one, let's use this one, the Canva, since the masterclass or the webinar is about Canva. So I can keep it like this, but it's kind of boring. So I'll want it to use a laptop instead. So I'll go to elements and then find a laptop, go to photos. So it could be like this, or laptop screen. And here we go. Okay, so I have here a MacBook, which looks, cleaner. So I'll use this one, and then I'll bring this position, layers, or you can drag this on top like that, or you can simply here, if you're still on arrange, this one, put this on front. Then we can start now cropping this. I'll just make it bigger, guys, so you can see. Okay, I put this in the center first, and then I'll play around with this. Okay. Okay, so we have now this mock-up. Just like this. Okay, so we have now this mock-up. Then all you have to do now is to hover your mouse and select all of them and click group or Control G to group them. So you can move them all together or rescale them together like that. Okay, so I'll just put them here. And then I will now start putting in the details right on this side. So first I will put in the title. So you can go to text and click add a heading, and it will pull up a text box, or again, press letter T on your keyboard for a text box like this. And then we'll just start setting up our own font. So first thing that I'll do is change this to my font. Okay. And then I'll just make it bigger to probably 50 and change its color to the darkest one aside from black or gray. So as you can see, it's still readable. Then I'll just say here, elevate your brand. Okay, so for me, this doesn't look nice because the spacing between elevate and your brand is way too wide. So all I have to do now is again, go to the text box and go to your text tool. And this one that says spacing, this is where you can set or control or adjust the spacing between letters. The letter spacing is the spacing between letters, and the line spacing is the spacing between the first, second line, and so on. So it's now set to 1.4. I usually set mine to 1.2. And let's see. Okay, it's still kind of wide because it varies depending on the font that you're using. So I'll set it to 1. Okay, and I like it. So I'm gonna use this and then just make this bigger. All right, so if you feel like the letters are too close to each other, then again, go back to spacing and set your letter spacing. So I'll just say 20. This one. Make sure this is also set to 20. All right, there it goes. I think I'm good with this. And then now I'm gonna pull up another text box for my subheading. So I'll use black now, and then a different font as well. And of course, smaller font size, since this is just a subheading. Mastering Canva or virtual assistants. Okay. So you can adjust the font by dragging in and out or by using your text font size right here. But I usually do this because I usually trust my eyes more if to match the font sizing. So I make sure that it's not on the same size with the heading, because your heading should have the biggest or the largest font size. Okay, so there. And then I will now add the details. So when it's gonna be and what's the time. So I can just add a text here. Let's just say October 4, 2023, and then 07 p.m. EST. But it looks kind of really, just that it, and you cannot really direct your audience eyes to it. So what I'll do is I'll add a calendar icon. So type calendar and go to graphics, and all of your icons will show up right here. Okay, and I wanted to take this and change this to my brand of colors. That way, it's easier to direct your reader's eye that, oh, this is the schedule because it has the calendar icon. Okay, so I'll say October, then 7 p.m. EST. Okay, now the font size right here is similar to this, and I want this to be smaller. Okay, here we go. Probably just put it to bold so that it's easier. And then now I'm gonna add my photo. You can do it like that, or you can do 2 lines like this, and then just adjust your calendar icon. That. Okay, there you go. And then add now the details for your speaker, the name of the speaker, and their title or their website. Okay, so when I do the speaker, I usually just say, I'll just copy this first with, and then that. I'll make sure that it has the same sizing with at least one. Either it has the same sizing with your subheading or with your time, just to be consistent. So I want to use the same font size with my Okay, here. So you can use this one, just text and then the title or the website, or you can also add your client's photo by pulling in a frame. So we'll go to elements, make sure nothing is on the search bar, and then just scroll a bit down and you'll see frames here. Click on see all to choose a frame that you think will work well with your graphics. So since you're on a minimalist, so I'll just use the simplest one, which is the round frame. Put it here. And then name, and then I'll start putting in the photo. Like that. And then the website. So duplicate www.sandysolutions.com. Okay. I'll make sure this is smaller. Sorry, excuse me. We guys, we guys got sick over the weekend, and I think I still have a bit of a cold. Okay, here you go. Right, then you can just simply adjust them. So I'll bring this down and bring this a little bit as well. Okay, so now it has a lot of negative space. Negative space is okay, your blank space is okay. However, if you feel like there's still a little, there's still, it's missing something, then you can subtly add a little bit of detail. So if you go back to what is magic, right? Okay, I'll get back to that later once we go to the advanced features. All right, so let's just say we'll go back to the client's branding because it feels like, there's something that we can add to this because it's just plain background text and just the cover. If you go back to your client's branding guide, you'll see at the bottom some inspiration. So minimalist background like this, and this graphic right here, which is some kind of abstracty or organic. So we can look that up on Canva. Let's just say elements, organic. Then go to graphics. Okay, so I have it here. I have some. I'll just use this kind of, because I don't want to put leaves in there because it doesn't match the thought of having a webinar with leaves around it. So when you're putting in elements, just also make sure that it's relevant to your message. Okay, so I'll use some of my lighter colors and put it at the back. And I'll copy this. And then do the same here. Just all right. So we have now a bit of something instead of just, leaving it blank. But we don't want to overdo it because we don't want the reader's eye to, just go, we don't want the reader's eye to be all over the place. We wanted to make sure that we're directing their eyes to the most important message, which is the name of your event, when it's going to be, and who the host is. Okay, so do not overdo adding of elements and other stuffs into your design. And I actually put it here. So when creating graphics, remember to stick with your brand guide. Use 2 to 3 colors and use 2 to 3 fonts, and do not use similar fonts. Less, again, is more. Make sure that your design doesn't look too busy, and then do not use similar fonts. When I say do not use similar fonts, this is what I meant. So for example, I already have a script font here. Let's say script. Okay. Canva. webinar. Like this, right? It's a script font. Yeah, I love script font, so I'm gonna use another script font. So let's say here Blackstone, and I'm gonna use another script or cursive. So let's say this one. Okay, Canva webinar for virtual assistant. Okay, combining a script font with another script font is a recipe for disaster. See how hard it is to read, right? So we don't want that. What you'd like, if you're already using a script font, then make sure to use something else, like something that's easy to read, like Poppins or Montserrat, like that. So let's just say I'm using this. For virtual assistant. I'm gonna adjust that. Okay. All right. So always use contrasting fonts. If you're using a script font, then pair it with uh, a normal font. And then don't overuse script font. For me, I only use script font as an accent, or just I don't overuse it. If you go to my Instagram, I only use script fonts, just an accent or just a breath of fresh air, but I don't really use it like a lot of times. Like here says VIP group training, and then I just use the script font for the word feedback. And then here, I just use the script font for the word elevate. So don't overuse the script fonts. That's one of the most common um, thing that I'm seeing, especially for the beginners, since they love script fonts so much, they think it's pretty, and they think putting all script fonts on your design looks pretty, but it doesn't work that way. So we always make sure that we only use 2 to 3 fonts. So for this example, I think we only use 2 document fonts. So we only use 2 fonts for this graphic, which is the Vintage and the Montserrat. And then for the colors, use 2 to 3 colors. So when we go here for document colors, yes, we did use 4 and then 1 for very accent. But for your main colors, just use 2 to 3 fonts. All right. Now, once you're done with the project, how are you going to deliver it to your client? So there are 2 ways to do that. It's how you will share the design, or how are you going, or which file type should you choose in Canva? Okay, so there are several ways on how you can share your design from Canva. So there's view only link. So this is how it will look like. So I'm done with this, and I'm gonna submit this to my client for approval, right? So I don't want them to be able to do anything to this design because this is still subject for approval. So I'll click share and click this view only link, and then copy it and give it to your client. And once they access that link, this is how it will look like on their end. It's just a page that there's nothing that they can do about it. It's just for them to view how it looks like. All right, so the view only link, anyone with this link can view the design. They don't have to have a Canva. They don't need to be logged into a Canva account. They can access it easily. And it's also best for sharing design to public. You can also use this sharing link as a portfolio, educational resources, or presentation, since the other people or the readers don't have to do or don't have to make any changes with the design. They'll just have to read it or look through it. So this is perfect if you're sharing something to public. View only link. And then the next one is link to edit. So what does it do? It become publicly available to anyone with the link and allows others to access and edit the design you share. So this works best for collaborative work, for teams, and for allowing others to make changes directly to the design. So for example, I click share, and then I'll put here anyone with the link, and then here says can edit. I'll copy this, and then let's just say I'll share this with my clients. So the moment they open this, they'll have access to this one. And then whatever changes they make to this file will also change the one on your end. So, and also you two or your team can work simultaneously, real time on the same brand. So let's just say, for example, you'll be working on the imagery and your other teammate or your client will be working on the copy or the text. So that's how link to edit works. So they get direct access to that design. And then here's my favorite, the template link. So what does it do? Anyone with this link can use a design as a template, and a copy will automatically be generated when they click the link, and it's best for sharing templates that you're selling or sharing client work. Okay, this is the template that I did, and I wanted to share this to my client, but I wanted to make sure she doesn't mess up the master template. So I'll click share, click this template link here, copy it, and this is how it will look like. Here, a template created by Sandy was shared with you, and then you need to make sure you click use template, and it will automatically generate a copy on your end. Now it says here, copy, copy of add heading, because our file name here is add heading, and now it says here, copy of add heading. What's really good about this is that no matter what changes they do on their end, it will not like this. For example, I'll change this to black. Sorry. I'll change this to black. My end stays as is because this one that they're working with is already just a copy coming from the original one that you shared. So this is why this is best if you're selling templates, so you don't have to make adjustments just in case someone messes up the template. So it automatically generates a copy on your receiver's end. Okay, so that's the most common ways on how you can share your design. Now, how about I wanted to download the design and just send the final output to my client. Okay, so here are the things that you need to remember. So should I download it as a JPEG or a PNG file? So PNG file, this is by default if you're going to use something for social media, for email, or for a website. So if the graphic is intended to be used digitally, then go ahead and download it as a PNG file. But if it's just plain photo, let's just say here, it's just a plain photo with your logo on it. Sorry, let me just go here. Okay. Let's just say it's just a logo. And I'm sorry, it's just a photo with your logo. Then you can download it as a JPEG file. Okay, but if it has large text and text heavy and will be used intendedly for digital use or web use, then download it as a PNG file. So they both give you 96 dpi resolution. And JPEG is a standard file format for photos, and PNG again is ideal for sharing on social media or emails. Now, the PDF standard will give you 96 dpi resolution as well. This is good for text-heavy documents like workbooks and ebooks. And then if it's something that needs to be printed, then always make sure to download it as a PDF print to give you that 300 dpi resolution. All right. Okay, so now let's move forward to time-saving tricks and features. So this, I listed my most favorite one. These are the ones that actually saves me a lot of time. Okay, so styles. Let's just say, okay, I'll go get a new Instagram post. I'll just close this. Okay, and let's just say I have a testimonial. I wanted a testimonial post. Okay, now I like this template, but I wanted to make sure that they are aligned with my branding. So I'll just click here, go to designs, make sure you're on styles. Right now we are on templates, so go to styles. Sorry, just make sure nothing is in the search bar. So go to styles and you can see here your brand colors, right? So click on that to apply your colors like this. And if you don't like the combination, you can always click this one that says shuffle, this shuffle icon, this one. You can click on that until you find the best match or the best combination. So I'll click shuffle again. See how it shuffles around your own brand colors. Okay, so I think I like this one. And this one is better. Okay, or you can also use other pre-made color combinations from Canva, like this one. And if you click on that, this one, it will also change the fonts to whatever the current combination is. Here, shuffle. So it's easier, right? Instead of going them or changing the colors one by one, especially if you're working with, let's just say, a document. Just get here. And I'll find a template with, say, welcome, okay, ebook. Sorry. Okay, this one has 22 pages. So I'll say apply all 22 pages. Okay, so that's 22 pages, but all of them is not within my brand. So I'll go back to design and then go to styles and put it into my branding. Okay, so you can either work on each page or you can simply click apply to all pages. One second, let me just shuffle a bit. Okay, and then apply to all pages and everything will now be in your beige color. Or if you wanted to work on individual in each page, you can just simply click on that. And then there, pink, and then go to the next page and then another combination like that. But once you see it, the first 3 pages now is within your brand color. Yes, I want to use my colors for the free website you gave me. Can I do that? Yes, you certainly can. All you have to do is to open the template again, and then it's here. Let me go back to my website. Let me just access that free. Okay, here, get the template. Okay, I'll open this up. Okay, so this is the template that Tanya was asking. So right now it's burnt orange with a bit of beige. So let's just say I'm gonna go to design and then here styles. I'll change it to my brand colors. So I have here my brand colors and I'll just do that. Shuffle, So until you're happy with the combination, I think I'm gonna go with this and then apply to all pages. And there you go. It's now on a different color compared to the original one, which is burnt orange and a bit of brown. So just make sure to save first your brand colors to the brand kit so you'll be able to apply styles, okay? All right. So the next one would be find and replace. Okay. So most of my clients, they have this annual launches of their courses or with their materials or workshops. So most of the time they have like the footer, it says copyright at 2022, right? And then now it's 2023, so we wanted to change that. So let's just say here, for example, let me go back to my homepage and find, yes, this one saves time. Okay, so let's just say I have, let me find a 2023. All right. Okay. Sorry, 2023 planner. Okay, this one. Okay, customize this template. Now, let's say, for example, you wanted to change the 2023 to 2024, but we wanted to save time. We don't, let's just say, for example, you have 100 page that has the word 2023. Of course, we don't want to go over from one page to another, right? Let's just say 2023 and then change this to 2024 like that, and then do the same. It will take forever to 2024 like that. And then you have to go until page 100 or until page 300. So we have now a feature called find and replace. All you have to do is click press Control F, and your find tool will show up here. So I'd say find 2023, replace it with what? 2024, and then replace all. Okay, hang on, sorry. This design says 23 only. So change it with 24. Now it says it found right here. You can see the result. There's 24 text boxes that has the 23. So you can now click replace all, and all of them is now 2024. See, 2024, 2024, instead of going from one page to another. Saves you time, right? This also, let's just say, for example, you have a footer with your old website and you wanted to update that document and put in your new website, then you can just easily do that. Yes, it's like magic, right? That's why this is one of my favorites since I do a lot of heavy text projects. And most of the time, my projects are up to at least over 100 pages. So that's why they are my favorite. Okay, edit photo. So edit photo now has a lot of brand new features. So let's go here. 1 second, let me pull up an Instagram post. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Elements and find a photo of a woman. Okay, so here. All right, so how about when you click edit photo, we have now a bunch of options here. We have background remover, magic eraser, magic expand, magic edit, magic grab, and grab text. So this, at least two of them are just recently launched yesterday or today rather. And then we'll talk about how they can be really helpful. Okay, so we'll start first with the background remover. I love working with background remover because it spices up my design. So first, let's just say right here. edit photo, background remover. So make sure you have Canva Pro to be able to use the background remover, okay? So now it's just kind of, it just have this white background. So once you have your background removed, you can easily spice up your design by adding shapes or different color at the back. So you can change the background, let's say to this color or pink or yellow. And then you can add another shape. Let's go to elements. Then add another shape here. Let's say this one. And let's say I wanted this to be, let's just say white. Okay. There you go. It looks more fun, right? If we have like different things going on at the back. Okay, like that. Or you can simply add a circle at the back. Press letter C to pull up a circle. And here, put it at the center. Put it here. Okay, there you go. There's something going on her back. Or you can simply add, let's say, a photo at the back. Should say wall. So you wanted her to have like a wall on the back like this. Replace background, and there you go. See how once you remove the background, it would be easier for you to incorporate more stuffs with your design and spice it up instead of just having a solid background like this one. And then you can also put in text right up at the back of it. So let's just say, for example, I'll say hello with season font. That the back. So position and then backward. There you go. Easier, right, to play around if your image don't have a background. So I really find background remover really useful because previously I have to outsource someone who can remove background from Photoshop, and now it saves me time and saves me money. With just one click, you can erase now a background with it with Canva. Okay, so next would be, sorry, let's go back here. Where's my, okay, so now aside from background, there's magic eraser. So let's see. Let's find a different photo with, let's say you wanted to remove something from that photo, then you can use the magic eraser. We usually have a good spark. I'll use spark instead. Sorry, workspace. I'm looking for a specific picture. Okay, so let's just say, let's use this one. Okay, I want to use this photo, but I don't want this AirPods here. So I go to edit photo, magic eraser, and then just brush over the item that you want it to be removed. So I'll do that. And then wait for it to magically erase that item. And it's taking its time. Okay, I have a question from Tanya. For this career, does Canva replace all the other design tools? Can we work only using this tool and be successful, or need Photoshop? Well, I am the living proof. My business solely runs around Canva itself. So I design I design books with the use of Canva. I've published books for my author clients using Canva. I've I did a lot of things just using Canva. And I even do mock-ups with the use of Canva. Before, when I was just starting, like on my first up to third year of business, I used Photoshop just to create mock-ups. But then now I can easily do that on Canva as well. So as you can see, I haven't even paid for my Photoshop subscription right here. I haven't, it's asking me to renew it already because I haven't renewed it in a while now because I haven't used it for a while. I used Photoshop only previously to remove background, to create mock-ups, to add shadows, but now I can do it, all of them in Canva. So yes, I am the living proof. You can be successful with just the use of Canva. All right. So by the way, here's the result of our magic eraser. It's not that polished, but of course we can always do that again. And then wait for the result. So the magic eraser will help you remove objects that you don't want on the photo. Say, for example, if you're on a touristy spot and you want to remove people, then you can go ahead and use the magic eraser instead of using what you call this, Photoshop. And then let's find something else. The magic replace. Okay, second. Here. So uh, okay, I'll try to find. Okay, let's use this one. So edit photo. Now this one is hang on. I'll use something else so that you can easily uh, identify it. Okay, here. Okay, so this one is a woman with a flower. She's holding a flower. Now, I want her to hold like a pink flower instead. So we'll use Magic Edit. So first is brush the item that you wanted to change. So I'll brush this off. And then I'll click continue and describe what you want to happen. So this will be generated by an AI. So I'll say change white to change it to a pink rose. So here's an inspiration just in case. So change color to green, add a cute dog, change color to red. So I'll just say change it to a pink rose. So I'll click generate and it will generate 4 results here that you can choose from. And if you're not happy, you can always click like try again, something like that. So let's wait for it to load and see what happens. So Canva just released a new update that it's now being powered with a bunch of AI. So here, from what, it's not really a rose, maybe because the shape of the rose is not similar to this kind of flower, but let's see. Let's try another result. It's not that perfect yet, but it works and gets some things done. So it's still a good thing. Mhm. Okay, it's giving me the same thing. Maybe we'll try a different prompt. Okay, so magic edit. Mhm. Say continue, change into a book. generate. But you get the idea, right? So this will actually help you. Let's say if you have an unwanted image and you wanted to replace it with something that aligns with your message and with your brand, then you can easily do this. So editing face and hands or legs are intended for magic edit. Okay, so I think we need to use the other AI tool. Okay. So it doesn't work well with that photo, but that's fine. You can always try again. All right, so let's find another one. So let's say, um, sorry, let me find another photo of a woman. Okay, this one. So edit photo, we now have what we call magic grab. So when we click on that, this will grab the person. Look, did you guys saw it? I'll do it again so you can see the magic. Okay, so I have here a photo of a woman, and then I click edit photo, magic grab, and there you go. It grabs away. You can grab now away the woman. And you can do this one. Let's say, for example, how I would play around with this is I'll probably get a new, since I'm able to do that. There you go. And then you can add text here since we now have enough space to add text. I know you can do this. I just don't have my own photos with, with, I just, because my photos already have solid background. So like this one, I'll try it. These are, you all you have to do is just upload your own photo and apply it because this works for all of the photos. So I'll click magic grab again. And wait for it to load. And there you go. See? I really find this funny because it's like you're being taken away from your photo. And one thing that I really like now is the grab text. So let's just say I'll go back to my uploads. I have here a banner, like for this example. Okay, so now I have a screenshot, right? And I don't want to type this copy manually because I'm too lazy. So what I'm gonna do is edit photo, grab text, and all of this text will now become editable. I swear. I have a bunch of clients who send me just a screenshot of their copy, and now here's the text. Now all I have to do is to change this into my brand font. See? Ah, gosh. I really love this update. It saves me time. Ah, yes, yes. They can use this kind of designing into thumbnails. Like for example, let me go back to some of my project for YouTube covers, intro. Yeah, you can do that one. So let me see here. Let me show, let me get, okay, right here. So this is one of my clients' project. So this is her product thumbnail. See how she doesn't have a background because I already removed it and I just added an outline to her photo. To do that, all you have to do is, again, let's just say, for example, we'll use this photo here. Okay, let's just say it's an uploaded photo because The edit photo feature works with every photo, either it's uploaded or coming from Canva library. I'm just using the one from Canva as an example because I don't have photos to use. So first I'll click the background remover, and then I'm gonna go to shadows, and then outline. Instead of black, I'll use white. So I'll just drag my color all the way up, and then the blur like that. So now it looks like I have a glow. So let's just wait for it to load. Okay, there. Okay, I'll just change the color so it will be more visible. See how now I have some glow around her. Right. Okay, so that's why edit photo is one of my favorite because I'm able to create different stuffs, huge project stuffs with the use of edit photo. Okay, now let's proceed to tidy up. So tidy up, I really love using tidy up if I'm working with planners, workbooks, and other text heavy projects. So let me show you how I use it. So for example, I'm gonna create a checklist or a lead magnet. So here I'm gonna say the title will be seasons. Okay. My amazing lead magnet. So I'll just use that as a title. Change the font to this. Okay, let's just say your freebie is like the steps or some kind of a checklist. So I'll add here a check mark. Okay, now this check mark is not with my brand colors. I'm gonna change it here. This is just gonna be quick. And then I'll add a text box. So let me just pull up a lorem ipsum because I don't have a copy. So I'll just use this text filler. Okay. And I'll put here and make sure that they are aligned. Okay, so I have that one, and then I'll group them. And then I'll have another one right here, and then another copy. Let's just say I have 8 items or 7. Okay, let's say I have all of this item. Now I wanted to make sure that they're all aligned and equally spaced. So what I'll do is I'll select all of them, go to position and click tidy up, and there you have it. All equally spaced and aligned. This also works well for boxes. For example, I have this one. And I'll have another one. Let's just say I have a bunch. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this one all the way here. And that's gonna be my marker that's gonna be the end. So position and hit tidy up, and there you go. This also works well if you, let's say you wanted to create a note page. So I'll pull up a line, L for line, letter L. I press letter L on my keyboard to pull up a line like this. And then this is going to be like a writing pad, something like that. So just click on duplicate. Okay, I think that's okay. And then I'll just bring another one all the way down here as my marker that this is the end point. This is the starting point on top. And then again, position, tidy up, and there you go. All equally spaced and aligned. All right, next one will be the position tool. So previously, for example, I have Sorry, I have a question. Yeah. Okay. So previously, let's say, for example, my client wanted me to create a project of, let's say, custom size of inches. So let's just say I have an 8.5 by 11 inches document. I'll create a new sign. Let's just say the client will say, use my image, but on a size of a 2 by 2 photo. Okay, so let's just say, for example, I use my photo here as the client's photo, and she wanted it to be in 2 by 2. So 2 inches or 2 inches by 2 inches. So right now, when I go to position, there's no way for you to find out the exact size, right? Right now it says this one is 5.1 by 5.1. So you can drag in and try your luck, and then you can see there the sizing. You guys see that, right? Right now it says let me make it bigger so you guys can see. Now it says 4.5 by 4.5. You guys can see it, right? Yes, there's a replay. I'll send the replay over after this workshop. You guys can see that black thing with numbers on it. It shows you the sizing. That weight is 4.7 by 4.7. Now, how do I set this manually instead of dragging in and out? So now you have the option to do that. Previously, you cannot do this. So we have to carefully drag in and drag out until we find the perfect size. But now we can manually set it up. So I'll go to position. And here under arrange, there's advanced, and then you just type in the size that you want. So your client's brief, she wants it to be in 2 by 2. So you put there 2 by 2, and then there you go. So that's the one. That's a 2 by 2. Now all you have to do is double click on your image and then put it inside. And then there's your 2 by 2 photo in an 8.5 11 inches document. So again, I'll click on that position and it will show you here what's the size. So now it says 2 inches for the width and 2 inches for the height. So it's clearly, you can now say that this is indeed a 2 by 2 inches, or you can also view your ruler file and then view settings, show ruler and guides here. So here, right? See that? That's 2 inches. All right. Let me just take that off. All right, so now color edit. Color edit now is also one of my favorite because again, it saves me a bunch of time. So for example, I'm selling clothes online. Okay, so I'm gonna find shirt. Photos, okay. So this one is a blue shirt, and let's just say I'm selling shirt also in color pink. So I'm gonna go to edit photo, click here to adjust. Here under color, you can see here that automatically Canva detects that it's color blue. So we can now click on that and adjust the hue option here, and then go to pink. See that, guys? It's amazing, right? Okay, so let's say I'm selling brown, and then I'm also gonna sell another color here and another color. I'm gonna place them. So edit photo again, go to adjust, and then go to colors, and then set this one to their purple, and then here, change it to green. But the original photo, again, is color blue. Amazing, right? You can also do this in other photos with background, like for example, this one, because Canva will automatically detect the colors that's available on this photo. So again, go to adjust. So we can't detect the black one. So let's find something colorful. Okay, here, edit photo, go to adjust colors. Okay, so now we're gonna change the color of the jacket. So from brown, we'll change it to, oops, sorry, it also includes the skin. Okay, so let's find another photo. Okay, this one. So make sure that when you use the edit photo, the U or the colors, the edit color feature, make sure that your photo has, has a solid background, and so that Canva can easily identify which color needs to be changed. Like for this one, edit photo, adjust, go to color. So this shirt have three different colors. Canva was able to detect it. So they have the red one, the grayish one, and the blue one. So we'll start with the red and we'll change it to yellow. And then here for the gray, we'll change it to green. There you go. All right. So this is perfect if you're supporting clients in the e-commerce industry, or just simply if they wanted to change some color on a photo. Okay, so border tool. So previously, let's say for example, where is that? Okay, let's say for example, I wanted to use this photo right here, but I wanted it to have a rounded corner. So what we usually do is we go to elements, and then we go to frames right here and find that square one with this one, with a round edge, and then we place it there, and then we also edit the color like that. But now you don't have to add frames. You can easily adjust that within the photo. So again, let's go back to the photo. Sorry. Here, this is the photo. So all I have to do is go click the photo, and here, this one, the border style, and then round, corner rounding, and there you go. You can now do that easily, right? Or you can adjust it and crop it. And if you want a border, let's say you wanted a thin border, then you can set it to 4, that, or if you want something thicker, then go ahead. Easy, right? Because this one here, the image frame is very limiting because this is the only size and that's the thickness of the border. But if you use the border style feature, then you have the freedom to adjust the border weight and the roundness of your corner. See? Okay. Now, mock-ups. So mock-ups, again, will help you showcase your clients. Say, for example, if they're offering a class or if they're offering a PDF, then you can use Mockups app to do that. So go to apps and then go find Mockups right here. And then here you'll find different mock-up scenes that you can use for your material. So let's just say, for example, I wanted to do a mock-up of my webinar. So this one, and then I'll insert the image. So I'll go back to my uploaded files and upload this Canva image here. And there you go. You can also edit it or adjust. So right now, I'm gonna go click fill or fit there. Fill to fill the screen. And there you have it. So this one is way better than just using, this one. This one, I put it here. You can also change it if you want. I'll put my screenshot of my website. There you go. Can again click on edit, and Set it to fill the whole screen. And there you go. Or adjust left to right. There you have it. All right. Hi, Julieta. Thanks for joining us today. We're almost done, but don't worry, you'll receive a copy of the replay. But thanks for making it. All right. So now the magic design and presentation. Okay. So Tanya earlier asked, what's a magic write? So for example, okay, I'm going to create a document here. Let's say I'll pull up a text box right here. And here is the magic write, right? So the magic write will give you different options like fix your spelling. You can generate it to more formal or rewrite it, summarize, or continue writing. So for example, I'm gonna say, I'll just copy from my website. Okay, like this one. So we'll have this text. I'll make it bigger so you guys can see. Okay, so I'll just use one paragraph so it's easier. Okay, now when I click this on Magic Write, I have now the option. Let's say I run out of idea, or you wanted to summarize this text or rewrite it or make it sound more fun, then I'll click more fun and it will rewrite it into something more fun. So if you're a virtual assistant with online services, so this is perfect if if you're just getting started of an idea, or if you run out of idea and you wanted help Canva with generating your copy or content, then this is good to go. Let's say, for example, I wanted to say 5 principles of graphic design. So let's say I don't have the idea, so I'll click Magic Write and continue writing, and Magic Write will continue writing for you. And there you go. Easy, right? So now Canva says graphic design is a form of visual communication, blah, blah, blah. And it gave me the 5 principles of design: the balance, contrast, alignment, repetition, and proximity. Yeah, so you can put in any topic that you like, and then Canva. By the way, the Canva Magic Write is powered by Chat GPT. So instead of subscribing to Chat GPT for another paid subscription, you can just use the Magic Write since they're from the same AI. Then you're good to go. Everything in Canva, you can do everything in one place already instead of paying for Canva and paying for Chat GPT. Then just use the Magic Write within Canva. Yes, that's correct. All right. Now, here's another thing. So usually most of the time, I have clients who has an idea, but they don't give out me yet a copy. So, and they wanted me to create a presentation. So I'll go to presentation. Here we go. Presentations. I'll go here and then I'll create a blank one. And then here we have what it's called instant presentation. This is also powered by AI. Okay, so here I'm gonna say 5 principles of graphic design. So what Canva will do is it will create the copy for me and the presentation itself. Here, so first, sorry. These are that this one. Here, the magic design. Okay, so we'll try this one. Play and then apply all 7 pages. And here you go. So it created the copy and the presentation itself. And then it already get you started, right? But this is not on my branding. So all you have to do is go to designs, go to styles, and apply your branding. Just shuffle, or if you have this branding, and then apply to all pages. And there you go. Easy, right? So it helps you get started. If you run out of ideas, you have this idea, but you don't know what's the next step gonna be. So you just go to Canva, put in your idea, and Canva will generate the copy and the presentation for you. Now, this is what we call magic design and presentation. So the presentation template is not that really complex because it's just a starting point. So from here, you can take it to the next level by adding your own elements or by tweaking in the colors and fonts. All right, so I'm gonna show you something else. This is the brand new feature in Canva. So you guys, you might wanna play around with this. It has a bunch of AI tools. And there's a whole list, and I haven't even created a single video because I'm overwhelmed of which one should I do video with. But this will help you get started. So let's just say, for example, here, I wanted to I'm sorry, Teachers Day. Today is actually Teachers Day here in the Philippines. Teachers Day post. And Canva will now pull up all the Teachers Day templates for you as a suggestion. And here you go. So for Magic Design, they'll give you different options. Do you want a Facebook cover about Happy Teachers Day, or do you want a story post, an Instagram post, something like that? And then you can add your own media. Let's say, for example, I wanted, hang on. I don't have a photo of a teacher. Let's just say, okay, let's do something else. Back to home. Okay, here I'll say just sold post. Okay, I'll hit on enter. Here are different just sold, but let's say I already have a photo. So I'll use this one. I'll use a photo and then see results. And here you go. So you don't have to start from scratch, and then you can use your own photo and Canva will do it for you. Right? Easy. Okay, so now let's proceed with additional services. So once you master Canva, I listed the different pairing or different service add-on that you can offer. So for example, you've mastered creating different lead magnets, right? So lead magnet design. Now you can upsell and tell them, would you also need a mock-up? We can provide that service for you. So you can now offer mock-ups. And since you're a VA, of course, most of the VAs know, especially if you're working with coaches and course creators, then of course, you know how to set up a landing page and automation, right? So you can then now say for example, you're a VA and your client asks you to set up a landing page and automation, then of course you can now offer, say, how about we also design your lead magnet and then we'll set up the landing page and the automation. So an upsell, so additional income, right? And then if you're mastered with social media graphics, just like me, I do a lot of social media graphics. Since most of my clients requesting social media graphics are actually social media agencies. So they already have the captions ready, the time for scheduling. So after I create the graphics, once it's approved, I also do the scheduling for them. And I use Metrical for that. And then if you also want to level up, then you can also start studying about social media management and incorporate that and bring it into a package. So imagine being the one-stop shop for all of your target clients, right? So you do the graphics, you do the scheduling, more work means more income. And then if you've done a lot of workbook, this is my favorite actually. Since I've been doing a lot of workbook planners, I've also mastered how to upload them to Amazon, upload the product to Etsy, or upload the product to their own website. So you can also start offering that. And then website banners. So instead of just focusing to website banners, also upsell. How about, I think you'll also need mock-ups for your courses, thumbnails, and different product banners. Same goes with YouTube thumbnails. Since you're the one doing the thumbnails, how about offering, uploading the YouTube videos itself? As long as you have the copy coming from the client, then you'll be able to do that. And this one is one, I don't know what's going on this year, but this year I had like more than 20 podcaster clients. So I do their podcast cover art at first, and then they wanted a matching promotional graphics like this one. Let me go here. Okay, here. So this one, the ambition without compromise, is the podcast cover art. And then she requested me to do all the promotional graphics for her episode. So that's another project for you. And then of course, you could also create audiogram for them. So that's also another project, right? So it's Canva is limitless. So you don't just have to, you don't have to focus or limit yourself with just design. If you can offer more services, the more, the merrier. So in my case, I started as a VA, and then I transitioned to design services only. And then lately, the past 2 years, I found myself going back to the VA services again, because some of my clients wanted to have just one person doing all the thing for her. So since I do the design and I'm knowledgeable with setting up sales pages, landing pages, automation, and the e-commerce for their products like Etsy or online store from their website and Amazon, then I do the whole thing for them. And it's kind of empowering, that you know all these kind of tools. So instead of your client hiring another person to do this, she'll just hire you again to do this kind of project. All right. So now I prepared a post workshop challenge for you to hone your designing skills. And this is the one. I'll be sending this PDF along with the replay. So this is the instruction. So we'll be using the official hashtag Canva Master Challenge. It's actually Can and then VA Master Challenge. So you create 12 projects within the month. Feel free to get creative and think outside the box. So think of a mock project, or think of a, what you call this, fictional brand, and then start creating projects for them. So for example, a logo, you wanted to start with a logo, a Facebook banner, pack of social media graphics that goes with that logo or with that banner, PDFs, freebie planners. And then once you completed this challenge, you'll not only have honed your Canva skills, but also created an impressive portfolio to showcase your newfound design. So once you're done, upload it to your social media, use the hashtag so I can see them. And you can also tag me. And then since you're actually hitting different things here. So you master yourself with Canva. You now also have a content to post to your social media for your brand content. And then you also now have a portfolio to showcase your client. And it will also generate like a need. Let's say, for example, you have followers and they see you now you created a Facebook banner, and they'll say, oh my gosh, I also need a Facebook banner. I should just contact her because she just created one, right? So yeah, go ahead and take this challenge, and don't forget to use the hashtag and tag me, guys, so I can see it and give feedback if I can. All right. Do you guys have questions for me? Yes, you can always reach out if you get stuck with something. I'm available on my Facebook and on Instagram. Yes, that's okay. I can still so that I can see it, and then I can comment in there or send you a message if you need a feedback or something. All right, so let's go with our question and answer time. You guys have questions for me? You can unmute your mic and ask me directly, or you can put them on the chat box. I hope you can offer me a course in the future. Yes, I'm planning to do that, but not sooner yet. Maybe on the first quarter of 2024 because I'm also expanding the business. I actually hired someone full time because I have a client who requested for a VA for her who work full time. And can you create a proposal with Canva? Yes, you can certainly can. So all you have to do is to ready your copy. You can either create it from Canva Magic Write, or write it by yourself and use Canva Magic Write to help you polish it and then design it using the 8.5 by 11 inches document. Yes, let me go, let's say, like a business proposal, for instance, for a tech company. I haven't done a business proposal for a tech company, but I did for a payment platform. So let me show it. Okay, here we go. All right, so instead of just the usual Microsoft Word or Google Documents, they hired me. This is actually a corporate. They're a payment platform. They're like Stripe or Square or PayPal, but this one is based on South Africa. So instead of using Microsoft Word or Google Docs, I use Canva to spice it up and make them on brand. So their branding is like color green or something. So I use this, and this is their business proposal. That's a lot of text, but also I make sure to jazz it up by adding elements to make it more interesting. Here we go. And then here's like their whole process. So this is entirely made of canvas. You can see that's made of squares and lines. All right. Okay, so Liberty, I missed on how to share the design to other person without changing my original design. Oh, it's share and then template link. So this one, you copy the link, the template link, you give it to them. Once they access that link, it will create a copy on their account instead of accessing directly your own design. So what they'll be working with is just their own copy. What are your thoughts on how to price for the level up items you mentioned a minute ago? Okay. Um, Pricing is not really my strength because I actually came up with my pricing with my experience. So way back, since I'm also in the Philippines, I priced my project at $3 per graphic. And then later on, every time I add on a new client, I just increase the pricing until I reach the $40 starting rate for one graphic. So let's just say, for example, if someone requests a $40, I'm sorry, a one Facebook page graphic, then I charge $40 for that. However, if they want me to upload, I also set now my hourly rate to $40. So if you go to my website, you can take inspiration, guys, with my pricing, but you can go over if you want, as long as you think it's as long as you can justify with your result, with the output, then there's no specific price range. Just with me, I just set up what I think works with me. So you just go to services and you can find there here a single graphic project is $40. But here I also have an hourly rate of $400 for 10 hours. So Sometimes I just bundle them up. Let's say, for example, a client needs a lead magnet. So let's say it's a PDF file with 10 pages. So it's 150, and then set up the landing page and the automation will be $100. So I'll quote him up with like probably 220 to 230. So she get already a discount because I bundled the services. Okay, was there a time when you are not satisfied with the background remover? How did you deal with it? Thanks. Okay, so usually, most of the time, my clients have a really good photo already of themselves. Like they already have their own brand photos, and then I'll just remove the background for them. And most of the time, their brand photos come in with a solid color already, which is good. So I haven't really encountered, but just in case if I encounter that, I will use Photoshop as a backup plan or hire someone hire someone to remove it for me. I can find someone from Fiverr for $5 to remove a background, especially if I'm dealing with hairs. But with Photoshop as well, now you have now the one click to remove a background. So they have that thing like the Canva thing, just one click and the background will be removed. They have that too. So usually it works. But if it doesn't really work, then I hire someone from Fiverr, or if I knew someone, or if my team can handle it, then they'll do it. But most of the time, especially if it hairs, like a really thin hair, then we have to hire someone out. Can you use Canva to create a blog? Okay. No, I would say no, because when creating a blog, you need to have your SEO so that people can find your content when they look up something on the internet. And that is something that Canva website doesn't have. You won't be able to add meta tags to a Canva website. So the Canva website is only good as I would say, just a landing page or a simple portfolio page where you can link a scheduling tool or your payment platform. But for blog, I would suggest to stick on website platform like WordPress or Squarespace. In my end, I'm using Squarespace for my blogs, and then I use Pinterest to promote my blogs. All right. Any other questions? Okay. I'm so happy that you guys that this workshop is actually really interactive because you have a bunch of questions. I was scared that I was maybe talking so fast or because my nose really is acting up. Who owns the design? Okay. In my case, I consider myself as hired to work. So my clients can do anything with whatever I've done for them. So they can resell it, they can sell it somewhere, or they can give it away as long as I'm just getting paid to do the design for them. So I don't, because I'm not really familiar with the licensing stuff since I'm just a self-taught graphic designer. To keep myself sane and to get away from the headaches, I just consider myself as hired to work. So they get all the ownership. Even other people, like they're selling templates on Etsy, they'll hire me to design templates for them that they're selling. But of course, the pricing will be different since they'll be selling it. Yeah, just because I really hate dealing with numbers and licensing because I'm not that knowledgeable with that. So I just considered myself as hired for work. And anyway, I don't have nothing to do with those projects after. As long as I'm able to use it for my portfolio and for my social media content, then that's fine with me. Yes. Okay. Um, Most of them are free. The Canva Pro ones is just the background remover. The styles, they're for free. It's the background remover that needs to be on a Canva Pro. All right. Okay, so I think that was pretty much it. Oh, thank you so much. I hope you guys find this class really helpful, and yeah, I enjoyed today's class as well. You're welcome, guys. If you have other questions, just in case you need to reach out to me, feel free to reach out and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you so much. All right. Bye-bye for now. I'll send you the replay and probably tonight. But it's gonna be within the day, within 24 hours. I'll send the replay and then I'll also send you the challenge, the PDF for the challenge. And stay in touch. Bye for now, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Sandy. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.